Have you ever wondered what happens when your cat suddenly stops and stares into space? Is he seeing something you don't? Or is there a scientific explanation behind this behavior? Get ready, because today we're going to dive into fascinating mystery of what your cat really sees when it seems hypnotized by the void. Imagine the scene: you're on the couch, relaxed, and suddenly your cat freezes. The ears perk up. The eyes fix on a point in nowhere, perhaps on the wall, the ceiling, or a dark corner of the room. He stands still, as if watching something invisible. And you start to wonder, is he seeing spirits? Energy? Or just a mosquito I don't notice? This behavior intrigues cat owners around the world. On the internet, there are thousands of reports of people saying that their felines see supernatural things, sense danger, or perceive subtle movements that completely escape human vision. But to what extent is this a myth, and to what extent is there a scientific basis? Today, we will explore every detail of this phenomenon, bringing studies, expert testimonies, and interesting facts that will change the way you look at your cat. 1. The feline visual world. Before any mystery, we need to understand how a cat's vision works. Cats have a very different eye structure than humans. While we see in detail, they were shaped by nature to hunt at twilight, that is, at dawn and dusk. Rod cells: the cat's eye has even 6 times more rods than ours. This allows them to see extremely clearly in low-light environments. Field of view: while we have about 180 degrees of vision, they reach 200 degrees, which increases your peripheral perception. Movement: they are extremely sensitive to minimal movements, even those we don't even notice. In other words, when your cat is staring into space, it may be picking up on something so subtle that the human eye would never notice. 2. The staring behavior. But what happens when he gets still, fixed, immobile? This is a behavior called sustained attention. In nature, a predator needs to maintain maximum attention to not lose its prey. This instinct remains active even indoors, faced with a simple particle of dust floating in the air. Some animal behavior experts claim that this staring is also a form of analyze auditory stimuli that are invisible to us. The cat isn't just looking. It's listening, sensing vibrations, perceiving sound frequencies beyond our range. If you've ever seen your cat staring into space, tell us in the comments what that experience was like. 3. Listening to the invisible. Here comes a fascinating detail: feline hearing is even more impressive than their vision. They can hear sounds between 48 Hz is 85 kHz, far beyond the human range, which goes up to 20 kHz. This means your cat can detect the sounds of insects walking, cables vibrating inside the wall, or even appliances operating at frequencies you'll never notice. So when he stares into space, he may be reacting to something that, to you, simply does not exist. 4. Scientific explanations versus mystery. Now the question arises: is this just science, or is there something deeper behind this behavior? Animal behaviorists suggest that staring into space may be a mix of factors. Stealth hunting, dust, tiny insects, or light reflections. Sensory exploration, capture sound frequencies or air movements. Mental energy discharge, the cat remains on alert, as if training its hunting instincts. But beyond that, ancient cultures have always believed that cats had a connection with the unseen. Egyptians saw them as spiritual guardians. In the Middle Ages, they were associated with the supernatural. And to this day, many people believe that when a cat stares into space, it may be feeling presences or energies that escape our understanding. Researchers at universities such as Cambridge and Cornell have conducted studies that show how the feline brain is constantly stimulated by subtle signals from the environment. Neuroscientist John Bradshaw, author of books on animal behavior, explains. When a cat focuses on something we can't see, it doesn't mean they're imagining it. It means the environment is full of stimuli that we, as humans, can't process. Veterinary behaviorists point out that staring can even be a form of anxiety prevention. Some cats, by keeping their gaze still, are self-regulating, keeping the body alert without the need for immediate action. On the other hand, experts in animal anthropology point out that the belief that cats see spirits should not be dismissed from a cultural perspective. It works as a metaphor to explain precisely the hypersensitivity of felines. Share this video with someone who also has a cat and is intrigued by that mysterious look. But here comes the most surprising part. Recent studies show that cats can perceive ultraviolet light spectra. This means that they see things that are completely invisible to us. Think about it: fluorescent markings on objects, urine from other animals, signs of wear and tear on materials, all of these appear as a kind of mysterious glow to their eyes. Now, imagine your cat staring into space. Is he really seeing nothing? Or is he looking at a whole hidden world, invisible to you? The mystery of cats staring continues to be one of the most intriguing behaviors for owners. Between scientific explanations, such as advanced sensory perception, and cultural beliefs, which associate them with the spiritual, one thing is certain: they see far beyond what we are capable of. The next time your cat stops and stares into space, don't think of it as strange. See it as a reminder that the world is not limited to what our human eyes can capture. Because, for him, the invisible is part of the routine. And perhaps, as you observe that silent gaze, you realize that the real question isn't what he's seeing, but yes, what you can't see. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to discover more secrets about feline behavior.